All right, so today we're joined by Broken Dreamer, artist out of
Yo,
where are you from?
Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield. All right, so he's played multiple shows for symphonic events and also national entities. So all you Sacramento people out there probably know who he is. How are you today, man?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Pretty good. It's been a long day, but we are here. So,
Yeah.
um, so start things off. How long have you been an artist?
So yeah, I've been an artist for, I would say this is actually my fifth year now. Yeah. Started back in 2017 and it's been a fun ride since. So,
Sweet. Yeah, I think I met you, probably like 2019, something like that. That was your first
mhm.
show for Symphonic, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are the homies of mine, good friends of mine.
Oh yeah. Great
But yeah,
peeps.
you came out and you definitely brought something different. You definitely have some mid-tempo mixed with some bass music influence into your uh, artist catalog and into your sets. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you and what inspires your music?
Yeah. So, well, I think the goal of every artist is to be a little unique in their approach,
Right.
in their sound. But some guys who really influenced me, um, are I would say consider my top three would be Kid, Seven Lions, and probably Adventure Club. I would say those are
Yeah,
big.
Seven Lions and Adventure Club. Kid is absolutely amazing. I saw him at Hard Summer 2018, I want to say.
Mm.
But definitely the melodic, heavier music is one of my favorites. Yeah, I know with some of like the local artists, um, you're saying, bringing uniqueness into your music. I feel like, especially in Sacramento, everyone's like heavy bass, heavy bass, heavy bass, rhythm, dubstep. So when we bring you to town, it's like, oh, this is so refreshing. We need more of this.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I always enjoy coming in. I feel like, I feel people are pretty receptive of it.
yeah,
So that's nice. That's
yeah.
good to see that.
With the start of your project, was it was it kind of a slow start until you got to the point to where you are now with being under a management team and all that?
Yeah, so it did kind of take a little bit to kind of figure out because I was like when I first started out, I kind of just was playing any and everything, like bass
Right.
house, big room, dubstep, drum and bass and everything. So it kind of took a minute to kind of figure out what really defines, Broken Dreamer and
Yeah.
what kind of style and sound I wanted to bring to the table. So I think I've once I got that figured out, I feel like the shows that I performed got significantly better, at least in my eyes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. You always want to see that constant growth of like really
exactly,
find, and it takes a while too to find like your niche and like what sound you want to go with too.
exactly.
Um, you signed with a management company, 92 Management, who also is with, or who also has J6 and Suspect, who have tracks on Subsidia. What's the story on like how they picked you up and how you met them?
So yeah, so they actually approached me back in end of 2018. A buddy of mine who is also under 92. He was living in Bakersfield at the time and kind of saw me play and really wanted me to meet Justin, the owner of 92. So he introduced me. We hit it off. You know, Listened to some of my mixes, saw me play, and kind of from there it's history. So
Yeah. Um, has it been hard for you not to play like in-person shows? I know you've been doing live streams for like Dirty Disco and Firefly events who we had on the last episode, and also Spectrum, who's out of San Diego. How has it been challenging not being able to like really be out there and perform?
yes and no. It sucks not getting that energy flow, from
Yeah.
the live events. It's I can play music all day on live streams, but if I'm not feeling the energy, it's
Yeah,
a little more difficult.
People aren't there giving you immediate feedback. I know
Exactly.
I watched the other day, she invited me to the Spectrum live stream. And you're actually like, out of a lot of people that I see, do live streams, you're actually like still interacting with the chat room while you're,
I
yeah,
try, man.
yeah,
I actually didn't used to be like that either. I used to be like super quiet. I never talked on the mic at all, but I've kind of become more comfortable with that, and you know, interacting with the fans. Because I realized like if you're not interacting with them, how are you gonna build
Connect with them.
relationships with
Yeah.
them? So
That's a huge thing. Even with this,
yeah,
with this project, not only did it take me a while to get used to even hearing my own voice, but also, how do I interact online and how do I like respond to people and how do I get that engagement? It's a huge part of like building a brand and a company and stuff like that. So,
exactly.
um, so give me some information on like your branding. What inspired you to have the name Broken Dreamer and also like your look and like the whole mask thing? Like give me some details about that.
So as far as the name, when I first started out, I just went through like a long list of names, honestly. It was originally gonna be Lucid Dreamer, but it was just like I seen like 5 other people with like the word lucid in their name. So I was like,
Yeah,
we gotta
Lucid
do something a little
Absinthe,
different,
Lucid Absinthe, Lucid,
Yeah,
actually like huge name artist.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Those are two off the
so
top of my head, but yeah,
yeah. So it's just like, I kind of wanted something different, something, more me. And
right.
then I don't know, all of a sudden just came up with Broken Dreamer. So I was like, oh, this sounds nice. So like kind of I feel like it's like its own theme in itself.
Yeah,
And then my buddy, who's I actually consider my mentor, his name's Swa. When I was first like starting to play music, like play shows and such, he suggested, hey, why don't you like not do the vowels in your name? I was like, I hadn't thought about that. And then he actually made the lettering, the letter logo that you see today on like my profile and such,
right.
with like the kind of shattered look to it. So I was like, oh, that looks good. So
Perfect
we
for
kind of just,
broken, the broken
yeah,
portion of that. Yeah,
exactly. So we kind of just went with that. And yeah, since then there's been times where I've been kind of contemplating bringing the vowels back because everyone keeps thinking I'm like broken drummer or something.
right. I
But
know even people that I've like told about like who don't know you, people
yeah,
that I work with or whatever. Um, they're like, what does that even like? What? I
I
was like
know
broken dreamer. They're like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
so it's still an ongoing debate on that, but
Yeah. I think
we'll
I
see.
think you just keep running with it. I really
I
like,
think,
especially in all caps. It looks good, man.
yeah,
It does.
exactly.
So what about the mask thing? I know your logo on social media, and now you perform with it. What's the history on that?
So, so it really, for me, it's inspired by, like the Mandalorian. A huge Star Wars nerd, Mandalorian, huge fan of the show, and of the characters like growing up. So the mask I felt like was kind of a inspiration from that without, you
Directly
know,
being
yeah,
that.
directly plagiarizing from that. So, and actually, kind of think about that too. It's also like you could say like the other inspirations drawn from it are like from kind of like kids look too, and Star Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy,
Okay.
kind of like
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
inspiration of all
Yeah.
three of those things together, and just kind of like a dystopian look to it. I feel like with what I'm trying to go for with Broken Dreamer is a very like kind of um you know for lack of a better term, cyberpunky, dystopian kind of look to it.
Right.
So, like,
Yeah. It's
say, like a mixture of like um, Cowboy Bebop meets Cyberpunk 2077.
It's a
So
huge thing right now. I'm
yeah,
not a gamer. I've been trying to get back into it, but it's hard to find time right now. I'm
exactly. Too
being
much
in
going on.
school, and being full-time employee for Amazon and is everything else that I have going on, and then this project's like I'm if I'm not at school or doing schoolwork, I'm working on the project if I'm at home, and if
Yeah,
I'm not doing that, I'm at work. So, um,
exactly. Yeah,
so
it's
what
tough.
what got you into music and being a musician? Tell us the Broken Dreamer story.
So I actually kind of I feel like I got into the game a little bit late. I actually do have a little bit of a musical background growing up. I played like clarinet um, through pretty much elementary through high school, but never really felt like passionate about it or anything. So I kind of gave it up after that. But my musical background, I like used to like listen to, like the early 2000 alternative everyone freaking loves.
Yeah.
You know, more soulful R&B and rap, like say like Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper. But in like 2011, after I graduated high school, my buddy got me into EDM because he went to EDC for the first time. Like for the first year, it was in Vegas, so he kind of got me introduced, exposed to that. So the typical artists like Skrillex, Dead Mouse, Armin van Buuren, Tiesto,
Yep.
early days.
Classics.
Yeah, all classics. So I liked it. I liked it a lot, but it wasn't like my main genre. Like I would listen to it, but I wasn't like hooked yet. So it's kind
Right.
of like a gradual development of love for it. So, and I think it really came full circle when I went to my first EDC in 2016. So it's just compared to like any other show, it's just its own world. It's beautiful. You really like, I know it's kind of cheesy or whatever, but the whole Plur thing really, um, I don't know, it was just a different feeling.
Yep.
It was just something clicked in me, and I just said I want to be a part of this. So
I think we all have those
so
defining moments too. Starting off at a young age, I got into listening to EDM when I was like 10. I grew up
yeah,
listening to all kinds of different or music genres. And I think that's what really like gravitates me as well, is the whole Plur thing, growing
yeah,
up. And I don't know about you, but for me growing up in high school and stuff, like I never like clicked with like anyone in like my class.
mhm.
And I always felt like a misfit. I always got picked on. Like it was just like, it's kind of just how my childhood went. And then once I got out of high school, that's really when, I actually got invited to my first rave. And I was like, wow, Plur, like, I didn't even know this is a thing. Like, this is just accepting. Like, they don't care who you are. It's just a thing. Like, so yeah, the community, and I have talked about this in other episodes, it's just like the community is so strong. And just everyone like loves on each other. Like, even like big artists. Like I've met like Kaiwachi, I've met like some like other like big names. I've met Sullivan King, and even them, like I've had one-on-one conversations with them, and they're just like, dude, yeah, what's up? Like, how's it going,
Very
man?
down to earth. You
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that
And
about
I feel like
artists
in
like that.
other genres, like especially like pop, like Beyonce, I don't know, I've never met people like that, but
Yeah,
I feel like they
you wouldn't get the
almost
opportunity to.
right.
That's how like restrictive that community
Yeah,
is. So
yeah, and like all their security and everything like that. It's like,
yeah, more of an
and
ego.
yeah, and they have a huge
So
ego, and they're famous. I have 1 million followers. Look at me, and it's just like it's they don't connect with their fans like that. And I think that's one thing that it's so awesome and so different about the EDM world. No matter how
exactly.
big you are, you still have that piece of you. You're just like, I'm just another person, man. Like,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
so uh, so what are some of your favorite things to do outside of the music life?
So as I mentioned earlier, huge Star Wars nerd. Pretty much if I'm like not doing anything, or if like say I'm cleaning like my room or something, I'll just like throw on like one of the Star Wars shows and just like as background
Nice.
noise, honestly. So if I'm, or just chilling or whatever. Um and I do play some video games, like not a ton, but like I will play some of like that. Like I play Battlefront sometimes.
Yeah,
Um Borderlands, a huge Borderlands guy.
nice.
I'm not like the mainstream video games like like Fortnite and stuff, but I do like a few video games here and there. So if I
Sweet.
do happen to have any free time at all, I'll sometimes play. But yeah, other than that, I do have my other job outside of this. I work for a sporting goods company, Big Five. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
Yep. I think we
Uh,
all are.
yeah. Yeah, I do that. But I am actually going back to school to become a teacher.
Oh, cool.
So, so kind of runs in the family. My mom and dad are both teachers, so I guess it's only fitting, right?
Yeah. Hey, you were telling me earlier that you did already graduate, though, right?
I did. I got my degree in sports management, but haven't really done anything with it. So I don't know. Unless I move, like, say, to a major sports town,
Right.
which, how likely is that?
Right.
Um, Other than that, yeah. I do like baseball a lot. Huge baseball fan, huge Dodger fan. Um, I like to go to games whenever I can. I actually coach for high school teams here in town.
Oh, cool.
So
Awesome.
yeah, on my third year actually of doing that right now. So that's
Sweet.
fun. It's nice to kind of teach kids what I've what I've learned from my playing days. So
Yeah.
it kind of helped them get better.
Yeah.
So, and to see that development, it's a rewarding experience.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. So the whole music thing, like, is it just it's forever in your eyes just going to be like, a hobby of yours, something you love that you do on the side, or do you have hopes and
I
dreams
mean,
of?
the plan is to make a career out of this. I'm
Okay.
just, it's always nice to have a backup plan,
Right.
So
Right.
I figure teaching is the perfect, like, kind of consistent schedule,
Yeah.
with the whole 9 to 5 and then weekends off. So
Right. So you
where I
can still do your music stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
anything, more of a consistent routine to where I can actually work on my music more and get more stuff
Right.
out. So
Well, yeah, and a 9 to 5 too. It's like, one, you can sleep in a lot more than
yeah.
some other jobs, and you're off at 5 o'clock. So it's like, and then you have the evening time to do that, and then
Yeah.
even if you're up late, you still have, you can still sleep in till
Exactly.
7:30, 8 o'clock. So
Exactly.
yeah, you're also, so being in the whole baseball world, you're still very athletic, and you're still obviously very involved in the sports community.
Mhm.
What was one of the things that like really like pushed you away from that and brought you into music, and then now you also have a backup plan, obviously, but what was like the deterring factor for you? Because obviously you went to school for it, but
Right. I think honestly, that's a tough question, honestly. I would say, because when I was going to school, I don't know, there was just like a point where it was just I wasn't feeling passionate about this anymore. Like it was just all of a sudden, like then, like I don't know, it just faded away, and I don't know, it just
I have a similar kind of experience too. I used to compete in bodybuilding, men's physique, and so it was the same thing. Like it was just I did it, and I was very passionate about it for a long time. And then I finally like got my goal was like to win a show someday, right? I finally won the show, and then I was like, after that, I was like, I think I've had my run. Like I had thoughts about like going pro. I used to coach. I used to manage a gym. I was all into the fitness industry, like I am now with music, and very similar journey actually, just a different industry. But yeah, it's just all of a sudden it was like one day there's always something missing. It's like, especially with bodybuilding too, like running, like doing steroids and shit, like. I didn't want to go to that level, I know with baseball it's the same thing. It's like
it's a demanding lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, and it's like I just value my health a lot more than that.
Exactly.
But yeah, and then I got into music, and it was just like I found another passion of mine, and now it's like I don't see anything missing from this, and this is exactly what I want. So
exactly.
Yeah,
that's like when I decided I wanted to do that, I was just like I felt like more strongly about this than I did with baseball, like
absolutely
in the sports industry. Yeah. So,
and what's cool too is we grew up. You were a fan of other genres of music growing up, and music is like what I love about music is like it touches your soul in a different way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and especially if you grow up around it, and you grow up. My mom. I've said this in other episodes as well, but I've been to like a couple hundred other concerts that aren't even related to EDM.
Yeah.
It's just I went to my first concert when I was 3 years old, and so it's just like so it's just like it. I've always been around it, and it was just like something that no matter what I did in my life, it was always there.
Right.
So I was like, why not make a career out of this? And I have the perfect opportunity, and because of the plural atmosphere that we were talking about earlier and the accepting environment of the EDM, it's like, okay, this actually feels like it could be realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, there's such a big level that you have to go to for, like a pop star, or like R&B, or like mega star,
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. Anything special coming up for you in your personal life or the project for 2021?
Well, I think I told myself at the beginning of this year, like, this is going to be the year we're pushing out music. Like,
hell yeah. Let's go.
We're full send on this. So I do have a couple collabs in the works right now. So in addition to we are doing a part 2 for the Yoke Boys track.
Yes. Which is amazing.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah.
That was a fun
You know what? Why don't we cut to that real quick, and we'll come back to the interview in just a second.
Definitely.
It's not her. It's
right, that song was fucking amazing. Great job on that, guys. I love that song so much. I listen to it all the time.
It was a lot of fun making too, honestly.
Yeah.
It was nice sitting down with, you know, such like talented producers, honestly, and like picking their brain and, you know, just learning a lot from them.
Absolutely.
Honestly, so
yeah. So other than that, what do you got going on? Other collabs?
Yes, other collabs with my buddy Timberwolf, who's actually a NorCal local.
Sweet.
Not too far from SAC, actually.
Yeah.
So definitely
I know of him.
He's a wicked talented producer. He's taught me so much.
Sweet.
But yeah, we have a song hopefully coming out in March. I am working on actually a remix, drum and bass remix of the Mandalorian theme song. So that'll be a fun one.
Yes, that'll be awesome.
So a couple other collabs I'm gonna be starting here soon with some names. You know, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Big stuff on the way.
You'll see them soon. You'll see
Absolutely.
them soon, hopefully. Other than that, and gradually working on my first EP. Hoping to get that done by the end of the year. So
sweet. Awesome.
Lots
That'll
of
be a
stuff
cool
coming
project. What about you in your personal life? What's your plans for this year? Other than just grinding music.
Grinding music. I mean, yeah, just getting ready to go back to school for teaching, and that's kind of it.
When do you go back to school? When are you planning on that?
Well, I'm gonna be going in the fall, I believe. So
okay.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing much, honestly.
How long?
Pretty boring.
Now that you have a degree, how long is that going to take for you? That's another 4 years, or?
No, it should only be like a year. It's a credentialing program, so it's a little different, but
gotcha.
a lot faster pace.
Yeah, that won't be too bad. Yeah, I know. I'm coming up on getting my associates this summer, and then I'm going to be going next year, hopefully, depending on COVID, to Icon. So getting my music business degree. So after that, hopefully, you know, I'll be done with school. But
well, yeah, I wish you luck with that, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun journey. It's gonna be a long way from home, though.
Yeah,
I grew up in Northern California. Being in LA all by myself is gonna be a journey, but
it's gonna be but hopefully, like, you know, you can get some roommates with you or something.
Yeah, I have a buddy actually he's gonna be another student.
Perfect.
Because of COVID, he had to stop going. They do it online, but he was like, I want to do the in-person thing. So
yeah, honestly, I feel like with the whole teaching thing is if it's like not in person, then
and that's the thing too. Like, I don't even want to, like, if this is still a thing next year, like, I'm not going until like it's open, you know, right? Because they just opened a brand new campus, and it's like absolutely beautiful. So I don't want to miss out. I don't want to do the online thing.
Right.
But part of the process is all the networking you get to do down there. So
exactly.
Well, sweet, man. How can the listeners get in touch with you and find out more information about what's to come with the Broken Dreamer project?
Well, okay, so I actually just launched my website, brokendreamer.com. You can email me or my manager, you know, any questions, or, you know, if you want to book me for something. I also post a lot on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So if you want to reach out to me, let me know. I usually try to get back to people as soon as I can. So
dude, that's a hard task. It's like a full-time job in itself.
It really is.
With this project, like my personal account is like just my friends. Like I honestly don't post that much. I use Facebook for like family and like close friends. But now that I'm like with this project, it's like on a post schedule and coming up with content and like all that stuff. It's just like okay,
a whole different ball field.
Yeah. You also just got merch, correct?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. You're working on it.
Working
okay.
on getting merch here
cool.
soon. So if anyone's got designs or suggestions, you know, let me know. I am all ears.
Sweet. So. Maybe I'll even work on something. I've actually found a new passion for you know, graphic design and stuff, and figured out how to do it. Definitely. So all my designs for all the company stuff is, other than my main logo, is done by me. So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you so much, brother. We are now going to get into your set. But yeah, you have a good one, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.